Welcome to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. It's our second game of the second day of the Little League Softball Southwest Regional in Waco, Texas. And for the first time, we have two teams facing elimination. The All-Stars from Carlsbad Little League representing New Mexico, and the Industrial Little League All-Stars from tiny Inez, Texas. Back to school shopping, unfortunately, is on the mind for the loser of this game. In our early game, Oklahoma played its first game in this season's regional after winning it all a year ago. All-Stars from Tulsa National took care of Texas West 6-1. Texas West still around, though. They will take part in the early game tomorrow with Nicole Mendez, former national champ from OU. I'm Loa Galindo. Welcome back to Waco, Texas. This is a New Mexico team that we're very familiar with. Actually, third straight year, the All-Stars from Carlsbad Little League play here at the Southwest region. 2 years ago, they actually went all the way to the championship game. It was an 0-2 exit last season, trying to avoid the same this time around.
Yeah, that 2023 team talked to them before they went to state, not only to prepare them and encourage them, but to make sure that they were in the right headspace. Every couple of years, you'll see a new team as you age out, and so that's what happened last year. They're working hard to get back to that championship game.
That's the manager, Eddie Duarte, assistant police of chief of police in Carlsbad, New Mexico, so he does a fine job. And there's the good-looking pinstripe unis from the All-Stars from Industrial Little League. Ran into a tough pitching matchup. Avery Cox from Texas West shut them down, held them to one hit, struck out 13 a day ago.
I mean, an absolute phenomenal job on the uniforms. You look good, you feel good, you play good. Makes no reason why they wouldn't wear those today. Kinsey Chambliss was one of the hitters that got the only hit against that fearsome pitcher. So being able to shift her down into the 4 spot, they're looking to rally some of their powerful bats and get some runs on the board. Both these teams end of the line, on the line, trying to make it just one more game at a time.
Here is a continuous batting order for the All-Stars from Carlsbad Little League. So you bat everybody on your roster. They're going 11 players deep because we saw yesterday Jadacy Garcia had to leave the game because of a heat-related illness. Unfortunately, she was not able to continue, and she is out for this game after that illness. So we will miss her. We wish her the best of luck in the recovery, and hopefully New Mexico sticks around long enough to see Jadacy back in the lineup. Here's Elle Collins, the ace for Industrial Little League, voted most likely to go pro by her teammates, and pitched a solid game yesterday against that very good team from Greater Helotes Little League, Texas West.
Yeah, whenever you have Elle Collins in the circle, you know it's going to be a battle. This was a tight game yesterday. She held her own. Today, hoping to do the same. Back-to-back days that she's throwing in this heat, so that's going to be a factor. There's several water breaks throughout the game, but what she did so well to keep those hitters off balance is she moved the batter's eye. So she's going to be working pitches up in the zone, low in the zone, inside, outside. You're going to have to be very disciplined as a hitter to be able to have success against her. Just
after 1 o'clock local time, so it is hot, hot, hot here in Waco. Mariah Chitwood is the leadoff batter, the table setter for Carlsbad. Had an inside the park home run last season, the only home run in the Southwest Regional a year ago. We've had 2 this season, both from Avery Cox from Texas West. Over the fence home run. Here's the 2-2 from Collins, and paints and gets the strikeout. There's number 1 for Elle.
Right, talk about setting the tone early, being able to get the leadoff hitter with a strikeout. Elle Collins, she's going to go to that outer half, low in the zone, just scrapes that outside corner, gets the hitter looking.
Collins went 5 innings a day ago, 7 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, struck out 6, walked 3. Here's Lauren Quintella, first pitch swinging out of play.
Throwing against her counterpart here. I always think that whenever you're a pitcher or you're a catcher coming up to play, you have a little bit of advantage. You have that pitcher's eye, you understand strategy, ready for it.
And slammed to the left side off the glove of Bray Eagles, and there's a 1-out single by Lauren Quintella. Hit that thing hard. That's her dad over there at first base, Josh Quintella.
She smoked this into this 5-6. That was a great job by Eagles getting a glove on it. But whenever you hit the ball that hard, if it's softer, a couple miles an hour, that's an easy ground ball. She smoked that one. No possible shot.
Hanley Duarte, manager's daughter, smoked one yesterday for a base knock, went 1 for 2. New Mexico team coming off a 10-0 loss to Louisiana. Had 2 hits in that game. Hanley's favorite movie is Bolt. And she is a tremendous athlete. Beautiful inside-out swing there. Takes it to foul territory on the left side. There is dad, Eddie Duarte. His wife, Kami, also an assistant coach for this club. He means a lot to the community in Carlsbad Little League. Town in New Mexico is thankful to have him. Assistant Chief of Police in Carlsbad. Only team that had to cross a time zone to get here to Waco. Duarte up the middle. And that deflects off the glove of Olivia Garcia. And Carlsbad has something cooking here with 1 out at the top of the first.
I think it's safe to say that Carlsbad, after the game yesterday, they got together and they said, offensively, we are not going to be held down any longer. We are going to come out swinging, being hot, being aggressive. They're wanting to put their mark on this regional, and they know they're going to have to get through a tough team, and they have a tough road, but all it takes is one swing at a time.
Here's Hualani Sanchez, who was the starting pitcher for Carlsbad yesterday. She's a power bat. 12 years old. 13 years old. And most of the team calls her Rose. Hualani, her given name.
I had the chance to talk to her and some of her teammates, and they were excited. They heard about us talking about the Spam Musubis. Their team also really enjoys some Spam Musubis, so I challenged them. I'm like, are you guys gonna make some? You know, we work hard up here. Not that they don't work hard, but we work hard up here. But I think it was pretty cool. They were so excited about the chance, not only to play on TV, but the fact that their friends, their family, they're able to watch even if they're not able to be here in person. That's probably the coolest thing that's happened to them.
I love the fact she wears number 34 in honor of the late, great Fernando Valenzuela. Fun fact, when Fernando began his career in San Antonio with the San Antonio Dodgers Missions Organization, lived with my grandparents for his first couple of months in San Antonio. My grandfather was his interpreter. So a lot of love for the Valenzuela family and the Galindo household. Here's a 2-2. Check the swing. Did she go? And she did. That's a tough one.
Tough job, but really good working that lower half. It's been on those outside pitches that we've seen Collins get her 2 strikeouts so far today. Just low, trying to get these hitters. I don't know if she swung all the way. Looks like that wrist may have broke just enough to get that swinging call, and you get that strikeout.
It's going to bring up Kinsley Lopez. Favorite softball player is Katie Stewart.
Katie Stewart is probably one of my favorite softball players to watch in college softball. It just plays with so much joy, and then at the same time can hit a monster home run, literally 3 stories high. So I love players and athletes that aren't afraid to show their emotion. They're not afraid to play all out and play how they want to.
And so we're going to have a visit to the circle as Devin New comes out to check on his staff. And Al Collins. So the coaching staff of Industrial Little League, Devin New, Jimmy Collins, Clint Weinheimer, all with girls on this team. It's a tight-knit community. 1 stop sign, $1 General, and the Bomb Diggity. Victoria is the closest larger community to Inez. A lot of pride, as all these girls will become Industrial High School Cobras one day.
On the surveys we got to read from these athletes, one of the things that was a common theme was they were so excited to represent their community. And it's something about wearing that name across your chest, playing for something bigger. I can't describe it, but it's something about that just really brings a team together, brings coaches together, brings a community together.
And at its core, that's what Little League softball, Little League baseball is all about. It's the sense of community. It is playing with the other boys and girls that you grow up with and figure out a lot of different lessons in sports and life with as well. And this is the game in its purest form right here. 1-2 from El Collins. Kinsley Lopez fouls that back.
Both the outs this game, or this inning, have come from strikeouts, and Collins, she's put herself in a great pitcher's count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, so just really trying to work and expand and see if any of those hitters will chase. Looking for a third.
Oh, it's really close, and Addison New tried to frame that up, did not get the call. And the at-bat continues. We saw Team Oklahoma do such a fantastic job with 2-strike hitting in our early game, that 6-1 win. Fighting, fighting, fighting to either draw a walk or get something to hit. And that's exactly what Kinsley Lopez is doing.
Taking yourself from that 1-2, getting it to a 3-2, making this pitcher work.
And that is a 2-out walk. Huge opportunity for the youngest player here in this regional. Sage Gomez is only 10 years old, but she is a dog. You look at the box score, she went 0 for 2 yesterday, but she absolutely smashed a couple of pitches.
She took her hack. She was aggressive. And right away, very first pitch, she's coming out, she's swinging hard. And I think whenever you're somebody who is a couple years younger than majority of the girls that are out there, you know you have to have some kind of edge. I think she definitely has an edge. She stands at 4'6", but she swings like she's 6'4".
Coach Eddie Duarte says she is tiny but mighty. Another big hack, I love it. And not afraid at all. El Collins trying to get out of the bases loaded jam. And look at that fight by Sage Gomez.
I think as a hitter, to be able to swing hard, be aggressive, every single swing, you have to have, like you were saying, that dog mindset. Doesn't matter what the count is. I'm going up and I'm swinging my swing. It's the only way she knows how to compete.
Love it. Here's the 0-2 from Collins. In her questionnaire, she was asked about her season highlight, and young Sage Gomez said, quote, "I got hit in the head by a bat," end quote. That was a highlight?
I need to go and ask, why was that the highlight? Just glad to see her here and all in one piece.
Doesn't go. The check down and did not. You got to be strong to hold that bat back in that situation.
Now, there's been a couple of those borderline pitches where Collins, she's making these hitters feel like, I want to go, I want to swing at it. Gomez not biting.
Gomez, hot shot, right side. New Mexico is on the board, and the youngest player here in Waco comes through. 10 years old, she was down 0-2 in the count, and there's that smile for a brief moment for Sage Gomez.
Sage Gomez, we talked about her aggressive swing. She goes after this pitch up in the zone, and you can see how flat that barrel is, and she's able to get it right over the glove into the outfield and is able to be the one to deliver that first punch.
And a wild pitch. Duarte scores, and it's 2-0 New Mexico as Icebox comes back to the dugout pumped up. All right, let's see that. Exactly what happened here.
Ball just tips off of Collins trying to go up in the zone, just tips off the glove of Addison New and gets past her. And again, the aggressiveness that we have seen from the bats, they're carrying over to the base running.
There's an aggressive swing from Abby Herrera.
So what felt like it could have been a quick inning for Collins, had herself in a good position.
Almost hit the back foot of Herrera.
Offense of New Mexico said, we are going to stick to our plan of staying aggressive. Doesn't matter if there's 2 outs or 2 strikes. That is our style of play. We need to trust it.
That was such a great at-bat by Gomez. To be down 0-2, to fight off pitches, and then get something to drive to the opposite side. She hit that ball hard.
She rocketed it through that infield and just clutch. 0-2, and she stayed cool.
Collins comes back with a strikeout and leaves 2 on, but New Mexico opens up with the 2 spot. The youngest player here, Sage Gomez, the big reason why. Quick start for New Mexico here in their second game in Waco. A 2-0 lead over Texas East. So time for the All-Stars from Industrial Little League in Inez, Texas to respond. Continuous lineup for Industrial. They'll go with their entire 12-person lineup, starting with Elle Collins, the starting pitcher. Then we got twins in Georgia New and her slightly younger sister, Addison New, in the 7th spot.
Emphasis on the slightly.
Slightly.
Coaches still have a tough time telling them apart. I think it's a good thing that they pick softball, because with the jersey numbers on the back, there's no mistaking. Okay. One's 18. no mistaking that. One's 18, one's 11.
Now, you're really intrigued by Lauren Quintella, because she has an older brother, played college baseball, that has worked with her on her pitching. So some of the things she throws, they're not traditional softball pitches or approaches.
Yeah, Quintella, she throws around 53 miles an hour. She has a fastball, a really good changeup, screwball, and a cutter. So if you play baseball, you're probably familiar with that. If you play softball, you may be going, wait, what's a cutter again?
And you kind of laughed when that was brought up, in a way, that she throws a cutter, because you don't hear that in softball.
Right. So in baseball, whenever you're throwing a cutter, it's going to go arm side and tail out and down. The most similar thing that you have to that in softball is a screwball. It just goes straight across, but she throws that cutter, and originally it was meant just to be to lefty hitters, to get them to chase, but she's found it's been kind of effective against righties, working down and in against them, kind of handcuffing them. So the cutter is here to stay, thanks to Big Brother.
Elle Collins leading off, starting pitcher for Industrial Little League, voted most likely to go pro by her teammates. And Collins looks at off speed, and it's 2-1. Texas East only one hit against Avery Cox, a star for Texas West a day ago. Kinsey Chambliss had that hit. She hits in the 4 spot. Off the glove of Araya Abeta. No harm, no foul with no one on.
Kind of on the flip side that we saw New Mexico coming out, almost every single hitter swung in those first 2 pitches. Texas East, they're taking the more patient approach, letting the pitch they want come to them.
That is hit well to the gap left side. Extra bases for Collins. Taking the turn. Big throw. It gets away from second base, and Collins into third. That's how you respond. And there's Pops. Jimmy Collins saying, good job, daughter.
I love the fact that Elle Collins was 100% prepared for that inside pitch. On that load, she steps open and she's able to clear that pitch that's tight in. We talked about that splitter, that cutter, being able to go down and in. She clears it and she is ready for it. Takes full advantage of a little bit of a bobble at second. She said, why not go 2? I'm gonna go 3.
Can we talk about the arm, though, from Araya Chitwood from the fence in center field? Goodness gracious. I was calling for extra bases, and that was almost cut down before Collins got to second. Big cut from George Anu, one of the twins, in the 2 spot.
You can see these industrial hitters from Texas East, whenever they're going, they're stepping open just a little bit. They know that they're going to see a lot of pitches on that inside half, and they're trying to cheat and prepare for it.
And there's the bunt, backspin, and strike 2.
And when I say cheat, I think this is something that a lot of hitters start to learn as they get older around this age is if you know a pitch is coming, set up your body, set up your swing for an inside pitch or for an outside pitch. Does it make sense to swing the same for both sides of the plate? So they're cheating, they're opening up that foot a little bit to set themselves up for that inside. Got to be careful though, because Quintella, she can go both sides of the plate.
Where did she go here? 2-2, facing Georgia New with Elle Collins by her dad, the third base coach, Jimmy Collins, 60 feet away. Talking about 2 communities as blue collar as it gets. Carlsbad, New Mexico, and Inez, Texas. Good people, hardworking people. This is a big trip for these families here to Waco to see their girls star on the big stage. And it's popped up, foul territory, and reach it out to make the catch is Kinsley Lopez. The tag from third. What a play from Elle Collins. She is hurt as she scores, but she just tagged and scored on a pop fly in foul territory on the first base side. That is some speed.
And you hate to see Elle Collins down and looking like she's injured, looks like lower body. So we're going to see the trainers start to come out and take a look at her. It's always tough whenever you're sliding into home plate. You have that awkward angle. But really great heads-up base running by her.
Little League rules that you must slide feet first into every base. You hear in coaching all the time, especially the younger levels, regardless going into home, they want you sliding feet first. So Collins is up, and here is the slide to home. The catch from Lopez, she had to turn around. And before she even knew what was happening, Collins was there. It looked like maybe the leg just got caught up. Yeah, you can see the awkward angle with her right leg and knee. She does get Industrial on the board, so it's 2-1. Something to keep in mind here You can skip a spot in a lineup for an injured player without penalty. Bigger concern will be for Elle Collins in the softball sense is her role in the circle. First and foremost, overall health, making sure she's good, she can continue and not put herself in danger for further injury. That's number one.
It's a good sign that she was able to get up, and just watching her walk off didn't seem like there was any limp. So hope that we get to see Elle Collins on the other side. But for now, she's put that lead, she's cut it down in half.
I mean,
smart base running, some big swings.
Smoke that ball in left center field. And then you do not see many runners scoring from third base on a fly ball in foul territory on the first base side. Eagles up the middle. Duarte mishandled at first. Big turn, she needs to come back quickly. Not the most graceful of slides back to the bag, but it works.
No one standing on first, and you see a ball go off to the side. As a runner, you're thinking, I'm gonna go two, I'm gonna go two, and coach is waving her on right away. But then he says, get back, get back. That ball didn't quite go as far as she thought it was. Nice job back up over there, the catcher, Yaya, being able to scoop up that ball and save a potential runner from standing on second base. That's the kind of heads up that you want from your catcher, not just being able to stay in touch with your pitcher and work on that battery, but knowing that your job, your role is to back up that throw at first.
And that is low and away from Abeta. And Eagles moves up to second base. That is the tying run, 120 feet away.
We have seen so much action here, and it's only the first inning.
Yes, a lot is going on.
Two different approaches. One offense being extremely aggressive in the box. Texas East taking a little bit more patient approach, but they've seen success as well.
It's a hard game. For New Mexico, though, reminiscent of the start and the way the game trended yesterday against Louisiana, a team that was able to get on base and force New Mexico to play clean defense, which was tough to do, and sped them up on the bases as well. We're seeing Texas East almost follow the same script as East Bank out of Louisiana.
And I think that's an awesome approach, is you're getting to play teams. This isn't state level anymore. This is now regional. So you're playing teams from other states, other counties. They're so far away, Texas East and Texas West. They have a couple hours in between them. So being able to get to learn from the teams that you play with and then implement it in your next game.
Chambliss had the lone hit for Industrial yesterday. Wants to be a doctor one day. And says her role model is her mom, Amy. It's up, and it's 2-2.
After getting Chambliss to chase after that high pitch, you can tell Quintella just thinking about it. Let's see if I can go a little higher, but doesn't get her to bite.
Well hit. And down foul. Chambliss still looking for that first over the fence home run. She says she has several inside the park home runs, but still looking for the big bomb.
No time like the present, especially with some of the swings that she's been putting yesterday, now today. A couple of well-hit fly balls, as we just saw. Definitely has the power for it.
Eagles on second, and a little excuse me swing, but keeps the at-bat going. Doesn't have to be pretty.
It's a dirty screwball there from Quintella, just right at that waistline as a hitter. Whenever you stand into position, you'll kind of see almost what looks like a gap right around that belt line. That's where Quintella put that screwball. It's good hands there by Chambliss.
Her favorite joke is this. Want to hear a pizza joke?
Sure.
Nah, it's too cheesy. could add that to my collection. That was good, Kinsey.
That is good. Use it on your kids. Let me know. Let me know if it really does the deal.
They'd roll their eyes. Not again. Full count. And you can hear parents cheering on Lauren Quintela to win this pitch. 3-2 delivery coming up to Kinsey Chambliss. New Mexico with a 2-1 lead. And lifted out of play off the roof of the dugout. The corn has been removed from that dugout, by the way. The corn that was brought there by Crater Helotes Little League. Hopefully consumed in a timely manner.
We didn't see it turn into popcorn, which was a concern, but maybe if the game had been on this one, is really good at bat. Chambliss, she draws a walk after fouling off several pitches and just battling.
Now it's time for not number 0, number 00, Kirsten Thomas. Wants to coach at Texas A&M one day. Looking for a little farmer fight right here with 1 out and 2 on. And an aggressive secondary jump there by Bray Eagles caught the attention of the Beta.
Bray Eagles had gone past that halfway point, typically where you see her shortstop standing. She was past that point. You can see her there. Good heads up behind the plate by Yaya, making sure she goes back.
Right into the glove of Quintela and goes to second base for the double play. That's how you get out of a jam.
Quintela fired up, being able to make this not 1, but 2, all in one pitch. Talk about efficient, getting out of a jam. They're coming back swinging.
The Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. All 5 of these all-star teams have had to navigate the various levels of postseason play, district, sectional, and state. Not everybody has to play in all of those rounds, depending on how big the draw is in their respective area, but everybody has to win that state championship before they get to this point in regional play. So there are the 5 communities. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Broken Arrow, that community. They have the team to beat. Kenner, Louisiana, right outside of New Orleans, represented by a fantastic all-star squad from East Bank once again. And Inez, Texas, the smallest population represented among these 5 teams. Where are we, ballpark 3,000? In Inez, Texas? What was the number from yesterday?
It was around that number. The thing I'll tell you, though, is whenever you focus on something and you grow it, it's going to thrive. In that community, they said, you know what, there's potential here for softball. There's potential here for Little League. Over the last 5 or 6 years, they've been doing that.
And good range over there for Georgia New. So our correct population number, 2,668, and they probably all know each other. And small community, close to Victoria. One stop sign, no stop lights. The most popular restaurant, the only restaurant, the Bomb Diggity. Check out the ribeye. They call it the Bomb. That's what I'm going to do when I stop through Inez at some point. And what's cool about a group like this, they're all going to play high school softball together. So they're thinking about, after this, building towards leading the Cobras to a state title. And this one is squibbed over to first base. There's 2 outs for Georgia New. And by the way, a pitching change. So in the circle now is number 18. That's Georgia New. As Elle Collins, we saw her make that. Oh, excuse me. It's 0-0 in the circle, Kirsten Thomas. And this is all after Elle Collins had that awkward slide. Coming in to try to score, and she did get Industrial on the board, but she's back out there at shortstop, so it's great to see that she's still able to continue to play. And Thomas makes the play. So not bad for just getting in the game. Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball? Visit playlittleleague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. These are the days when you're a kid, summertime, getting to play with your buddies, delaying the inevitable, which is the start of school.
Boo.
I share your thoughts. You want to keep this going as long as possible. It's a 2-1 lead for New Mexico over Texas East, as it's a Carlsbad Little League squad that is back here for the 3rd straight year. Made the championship game 2 years ago, but coming into this game had lost their last 3 games in Waco. So this would be a big boost to get a win here and also keep that summer going and keep the dream alive. Quintela back in the circle. Ended last inning with a double play on a ball that was lined back into her mitt. Was able to flip to second to Sage Gomez for the out. Olivia Garcia leading off for Texas East.
Garcia's the first hitter in this Texas East lineup. Seen a couple come through, the 5th one here. The first one is swing at the first pitch. They have been patient, they have been waiting. They know the scout on Quintella. They know it's gonna be a lot of pitches that are running inside, and that's the one they're chasing after.
Two.
One thing about Quintella, the coach has talked about, she is a pitcher, not just a thrower. So she's noticing what these hitters are doing in the box. She's gonna change her pitches accordingly.
To center field and down for a hit just past Duarte at shortstop. And Olivia Garcia, who one day wants to play for OU, like you, Nicole, comes up with a knock.
It's a really hard play. Duarte did a good job of ranging over and tracking it down, but last minute just tips off the edge of the glove. She's not able to get to it. But I think the aggressive swinging hard even whenever you're down in the count. That's what gets that one just enough out of reach.
Addison New showing bunt. And off the gear of Beta, foul.
Being a catcher, we have seen a couple times already in our few games. They get beat up back there. You have to be so tough to be a catcher. Not only from those foul balls, but balls dropping down in the dirt, blocking. There's a lot that goes behind becoming a really good catcher, more than just that ball goes into my mitt. It's relationships with the umpires, your pitchers, framing, throwing.
Setting up way outside here. And the throw to second in time. No! Safe. Garcia is in with the stolen base. That was bang, bang, and it looked like the throw was there.
We were just talking about throwing. Look at this beautiful throw right on target. Almost looks like before the cleat can even get there, it's in the glove.
And this is
maybe it rolled around a little bit, and that's why we're seeing this safe call. But some of these umpires are getting together, because I would argue this one for a replay if I coach. Look at where that tag is. Beautiful throw, perfect tag, gets it right before the cleat. There's any way that I can get that overturned, I am signaling, hey, let's get a second look at this one.
Well, we heard the announcement, so this is under review.
Duarte just being able to get that tag there in a hurry, that's what's making this call feel like it's so close, because by any other standard, if you're not able to apply that tag so quickly, with how soon that foot comes in and applies that tag, you could be having this base runner safe and no challenge.
Now, the ball certainly moves, but it's not dislodged. It doesn't seem like Duarte loses control of that.
Yeah, I think it's enough in the glove to where there's no confusion. Does she have control of the ball? I think that's more so the movement of the foot. That spike kind of getting caught in the cleat, but I don't see it come free. It's still in that glove.
So Eddie Duarte, manager for New Mexico, has used one of his challenges. So you get 2 challenges, 2 unsuccessful challenges. If it goes to extra innings, you get an additional one. However, the ones from regulation do not carry over. And there's our awesome crew of volunteer umpires who have done a fantastic job and will continue doing that, as some swing tips are happening right now with Jimmy Collins and the rest of the team.
They're actually getting their footage from People all over the continent, not just here in the U.S., but up in Canada, down in South America, all over. And I think it's awesome. We talked about this before, but Little League, the way that it brings people, communities, everyone together, from the umpires to the teams to the people doing video review to you and I.
Chris, this is Nico. Go ahead.
And one of the things that they're signaling is, I think it may have been obstruction. So that's what may be the challenge on this call is whenever you're going in and trying to slide, there has to be a lane for the runner to have a clear path for my foot to get in, for my hand to get in, something to where I can touch the base.
So according to the replay center, they are looking at whether Duarte had firm control of the softball. And that is the key point to this challenge. I mean, I would certainly say it looks like firm control.
I didn't see the ball pop out of the glove, and that for me is the biggest thing. You see it move around, but it is in the glove. So as long as it doesn't come out and you lose control, she had control, as long as you don't lose complete control, that to me looks like it's an out. Now I wonder if this call gets overturned. We saw some motion of interference. I wonder if they'd go back with it.
And Carlsbad right now on pins and needles. They're so nervous waiting for this call.
Yeah, you can see that outfield. Very nervous. Infield, doing some dances.
And the challenge was successful, so the call is overturned. What a throw by Araya Abeta, and what a tag by Hanley Duarte coming over from shortstop. And that is such a key play because that is the potential tying run trying to move into scoring position. I know it's still early. Play 6-inning games here in Little League Softball, but that is huge. So we pick back up with a 1-2 count to Addie New. Here's Lauren Quintela with the delivery, and there's the strikeout. What a turn of events. 2 down.
A little bit of celebration there as well.
Second baseman number 21, Kinsey Weinheimer.
So nobody on 2 outs. Quintela now facing Kinsey Weinheimer, daughter of assistant coach Clint Weinheimer. Looking cool with the shades. And that hit her. She's tough. That's country strong right there.
Country strong, country tough. Just like that, Texas East, they find themselves with another runner back on base. Tell you what, if there's places that you can get hit, I'd rather get hit in like the thigh. Whenever a ball just grazes you, sometimes I feel like that's the worst. That in the back.
The back, I would imagine. Not good. Here's Zoe Gray. Swings through it. And down 0-1. What was the worst? Can you recall the worst time you got hit by a pitch?
I sure can. It was at the World Series, and we were playing UCLA, and Rachel Garcia just hits me right in between my shoulder blades.
Oh, between the shoulder blades?
Oh, yeah. Her and I had a long talk when we both went to AUSL. And I said, hey, listen, we're friends now, but I for a moment, I thought we weren't. One of the best utility players that I've ever seen, played against. Has a changeup just that nasty. Quintela showing off, hey, not only can I work both sides of the plate, but I can slow things down a little bit too.
Big, strong, powerful bat from Zoe Gray. That is up. Here's the steal, and the throw is in time again. 2 caught stealing this inning by Araya Abeta. The tag applied by Duarte again. A no-run zone from the girls out of Carlsbad, New Mexico.
Well, if you're thinking about running on Abeta, don't. She's gotten 2 runners in 1 inning alone. Talk about a cannon. New Mexico, they have all the momentum.
Defense, that's the name of the game. You've been waiting to talk about great catching, and we are seeing that from Araya Abeta.
I feel like Abeta was just waiting on us to cue her because she got not one, but 2 runners caught stealing. Just a great job behind the plate, getting that over quick. Very quick transition out of the glove. Big celebration. And I would be remiss if I didn't give some love to her shortstop who applied the most fantastic tag, not once, but twice as well. Duarte just being able to be that shortstop that wherever you throw it, I got your back. I'm going to apply that tag. That's something where you run into the dugout and you can see them right now. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh, look at that throw. You talk about that with your teammates. That's Sandlot style, where you dream up those scenarios as a position player and they actually get to come true twice in 1 inning.
And we talked about the scouting that is done. You don't know these teams very well, so Texas East probably saw Louisiana trying to run all over Carlsbad in every situation yesterday. That's one good way to get that to stop. And brings a sense of calm to a Carlsbad, New Mexico defense that had been a little shaky leading up to that point.
Well, nothing is more reassuring than a teammate stepping up in a big way and saying, you know what, I got your back. There is no reason that we need to rush or feel pressure. If something happens, we're going to find a way to minimize it. And I feel like that's what New Mexico has done. And I talk about them talking about it. They're still going on and on. Like, that is what you dream of. And so whenever you're able to not only calm your defense, but get that energy and momentum back into the dugout whenever you're hitting.
They got energy. They got momentum early on with the 2 spot in the first inning, thanks to the clutch hitting from Sage Gomez. And this is the first pitch swing by Lily Sandoval, and the play is made. Over at short. That's where Elle Collins has moved over after she started in the circle. Had the unfortunate slide into home. She scored, but looked like she tweaked her leg. Back to the top of the lineup, and the speedy Araya Chitwood, who also showed off a cannon of an arm in center field and nearly caught Collins trying to stretch out a double. Youngest of 7 siblings. It's always the youngest, right?
You got something to prove.
Got to fight for everything.
Well, one thing that's for sure, both these teams fighting this regional run, hopefully to the Little League World Series. It's on the line here. Both these teams have lost one game, so winning this one guarantees the fact that they will live on another day, get to play at least one more together.
To Collins. That's a tough play with the speed of Chitwood, but makes it like a champ, 2 down.
Collins so good over there at shortstop. Just a quick transition. Doesn't let that ball spend too much time in her glove. So if she's not pitching, she's still able to contribute in some sort of fashion. She's doing it. The ball seems to find its way to her, whether she's on the mound or not.
Here's Lauren Quintela, has one of the 2 hits for New Mexico. Came around to score the first run of the game off the bat of Sage Gomez. And is doing a fine job in the circle as well. That's a nasty pitch, and it's 0-2.
That changeup just floats right in there as a hitter. If you're not expecting it, it'd be really hard to be on time for that pitch.
Quintela with by far the best response to the question, what's your dream job? Her response was, I haven't thought that far yet. I love it.
Probably the only one really living in the moment then.
Yeah. Hey, let's do this. Be a kid and play softball as long as I possibly can.
One thing that they're going to have to face are came in expecting to see one pitcher, got an inning, but now they're seeing another. Thomas on the mound, her first time up, went 3 up, 3 down. So far, 2 batters faced, 2 batters out. As a curveball, then we've already seen that nasty off speed right there. That one runs a little high, but it's a knuckle change. So she actually has her index finger bent whenever she hangs onto the ball. Adds almost like a floater-like appearance whenever she throws a changeup.
Full count offering, fouled back. Good hustle from the stands from that little guy to go get the foul ball. Now, growing up back in the day, that was like good for a drink from the concession stand.
Yeah, let me get a soda, yeah.
Maybe if you talked your way into it, you could get a snow cone. But you had to be a smooth talker like me to do that back in the day. 2-out walk. So Quintela is on. Here's Icebox, Hanley Duarte. Where is 56? Like Icebox and Little Giants.
We've seen how good her hands are on the field. Hitting-wise as well, her hands are very quick through the zone. Sometimes as a hitter, whenever you have those fast hands, it can be hard for you to wait on it. So her out in front just a little bit, had a ground ball her last at bat.
That's in the dirt, and that allows Quintela to move up to second. So now New Mexico threatening with the runner in scoring position, 2 outs for one of their most dangerous hitters. That's hit hard to second base, bobbled, recovered, and the play is made by Weinheimer to get out of the inning. 2-1. New Mexico leads as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. A 2-1 lead for New Mexico in our first elimination game of this Southwest Regional here in Waco. Little League Softball Regionals continue with the debut of Little League Around the Bases, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Live coverage Sunday and Monday of every region from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN+. Day number 2 with Nicole Mendez. I'm Lowell Galindo. It's a 5-day event here in Waco. At the end of day number 5, one of these 5 teams moving on to Greenville, North Carolina, representing the Southwest region in the Little League Softball World Series. Industrial Little League was here in 2023, so a lot of the players on this team have big sisters that played for that club back in 2023. New Mexico has been here 3 straight years, all the same Little League, Carlsbad. So Zoe Gray was up when Weinheimer was caught stealing to wrap up the second inning. He has a chance to try to do some damage against Lauren Quintela.
They're going to have to figure out that changeup. She's been switching back and forth between her hard and soft. Really, I feel like in that second inning, she introduced it. And you saw very first pitch. Zoe Gray way out in front.
3-1. Zoe has enough juice in that bat to do some damage if she gets one right here.
I mean, you saw that first swing.
Yeah. That was it.
The only way to get it past that barrel, I mean, it is hitting hard, is to either pull off that speed, throw that changeup, which we saw, or go tight in on the hands before those hands can get across. Quintela, she's done both.
Good eye, and she's on with a leadoff walk.
Good discipline at the plate, provides a base runner. You've seen Texas East show bunt in this type of situation, trying to get those base runners over. I doubt we're gonna see anybody from Industrial try to steal. Tried it twice last inning. Both times got caught stealing.
One day after Louisiana successfully swiped 6 bags against this New Mexico team. Out front is Chelsea Kretzer.
Lead off the bag by Zoe Gray. Very conservative, just a step or two. She's not taking any chances.
Point made. Fouled back, Chelsea Kretzer. Shows pigs in FFA. So livestock, agriculture, big part of Inez, Texas life. FFA, Future Farmers of America.
There's a lot of work that goes into raising a pig, and it's a lot of responsibility, and it falls on you. So it teaches you so many life lessons, getting 2 ends of the stick with raising a pig, and then also the life lessons that you learn through softball. I'm actually on the swine auction committee for the Houston Rodeo.
What? Tell me more.
And it is so cool to hear these stories of these kids that are putting so much work. It's, you have to take care of them, you have to feed them, you have to walk them around, you have to do everything right leading up to that big showcase. And if you make it to the Houston Rodeo, potential for a huge scholarship. So there's a lot of opportunity there.
And this is taking advantage of opportunity. To right field, Kretzer. And that is a big knock to put 2 on with nobody out.
Kretzer out in front with her body, but she did such a good job on this swing. Look how her hands stayed back all the way until she's ready to pull that trigger. Then she's able to just send it through that 3-4, just moving those runners base to base. That's what you want to see from this lineup here for Texas East.
Here's Carly Black. Showing bunt. Cannot put it in play. Tell me, get swine what? What was the title?
The Swine Auction Committee.
Swine Auction Committee. Okay. And do you have an official role or title with them? You say like you're the director of it?
No, not even close. I'm new.
How did you get that job or that honor? That's not something that just happens, right?
It is. I went to the Houston Rodeo. If you're from Texas, you know about the Houston Rodeo. Especially Inez, a couple of hours, hour and a half, 2 hours away.
Yeah.
So I went to the rodeo and I said, this is awesome. I love the community. I love the way they get together, and looked up the Houston Rodeo volunteer opportunities, sent an email, and I said, hey, I'd love to apply. And I made it. I had to go through a couple rounds of interviews, but a lot of respect for all the work that goes into it. There are so many people that work to make the Houston Rodeo happen, and so many young future farmers of America. Like I said, FFA, you were talking.
Equestrian Center for Baylor, right across from us.
How fitting. But there's a lot of effort that goes into it. So very, very cool that she is able to do both.
Here's the 2-2 to Black. And that hit her on the hands, but got a piece of the bat. My heart's with the San Antonio Rodeo, honestly.
Either way, we're making the circuit.
The best, yep.
Well, one thing that you'll hear whenever you talk to anybody involved in rodeo, anybody involved in Little League, it's all about the people. Right now, New Mexico, knowing that the runner on second is their priority. The runner at first, pretty far off the bag. Crester was trying to see, can I tempt her into throwing over here so my runner could advance to third? But this is a 2-1 ball game, and it feels pretty tight every single inning.
Ground ball to third base. Smart play going to get that lead runner at third. Sanchez all over that one down in a critical first out.
Again, knowing who is important here in this situation, what runners do I need to be concerned about? As an infield, you're talking to your teammates, you're going over, if the ball comes to me, where am I going? Immediately running over Sanchez and stepping on third, getting that lead out.
Here's Izzy Marquez, just turned 11 years old, so the youngest player on this roster, hitting in the number 12 spot, bottom of the lineup, but she has elite raw power. Again, just turned 11, and because of that raw power, they call Izzy Marquez Big Country. That is a nickname.
Well, with a name like Big Country, I want to see a swing.
Trying to hit a country mile. Superstition for Big Country, wears a lot of glitter in her hair. Showing bunts.
That was one thing I noticed. I walked on the field before the game, just talking to both the teams, and Industrial, all of the team, they made sure they are loaded up on glitter in the hair.
Man.
They got the glitter, they got the sparkles. Look good, feel good, play good.
I'll tell you though, as a girl dad, woo! Once you got glitter, it doesn't go away.
Oh, it only grows.
You are exactly right.
It spreads, really, because once you use glitter, you'll find it in parts of the house you never had glitter in.
Here's the 2-2. Big Country puts it in play. Sanchez, again, the layout for no reason, but I love it. You never know who could be tiptoeing behind you. Juliani Sanchez, what a play.
Well, Sanchez, she has to range over up and in, so it actually takes her away from third base. And she's thinking, it's going to be a foot race. I'm going all the way. Crester hesitated. I think she forgot that there was a runner behind her. Didn't go to third right away. And so otherwise, it would have been a foot race. So again, just that heads up of knowing who am I, what runner is on, where am I going when I get the ball.
That was a shot of the assistant coach, the third base coach, Jimmy Collins. Looking at his daughter, Elle, the leadoff hitter. This gets away from a Beta that was up high. And so now it's 2 runners in scoring position. Black moves up to third. It looks like maybe slid awkwardly into third base and is hurting a little bit.
I think on that slide, it kind of rolled that ankle. So she's getting up, get a sec to say, okay, coach, give me a moment, regain myself. Coach gives her the fist bump. He says, you know what, you got it.
Oh yeah, hit the brakes. Eek. Oh.
Thinking about sliding, decides to pull back. Pulls the 180 squat on the base.
And those
slide.
are the moves you can get away with at that age. You're like
if
Gumby.
I tried to do that now.
Out for the season. Done.
2
Career
broken ankles
ender.
and 2 torn ACLs. To be that young again.
Oh, yeah. Here's the dangerous Elle Collins, voted by her teammates most likely to go pro. Older sister Ava, her role model.
Seen a lot of siblings either playing together or have played softball, have played the sport.
Ava was on the team that was here in 2023 in the Southwest Regional, so Elle got to experience this sitting in the stands, watching big sister go to work. Big moment for her. And pretty cool too with the age gap there, that run into the situation where some of these girls could end up playing together in high school. That is a hot shot up the middle, off the glove of Duarte. 2 runs will come around to score, and just like that, Industrial Little League takes the lead. Jimmy Collins watches his daughter, Elle Collins, deliver the go-ahead knock.
Elle Collins, she can do it all. She can pitch, she can play defense. Oh yeah, she can also knock 2 runners in on a hard hit up the middle. She's going aggressive, and I think that is what we're starting to see from Texas East, is they are starting to be more aggressive at the plate. They're taking all the chances.
And there is the stolen base. Collins is in safely. And to think, 1 pitch away from getting out of that jam with the back-to-back ground balls to third base. But Collins showing the spark. 2 teams fighting to keep the summer going, as this is our first elimination game in the Southwest Regional. Time was called. It's Elle Collins. Started in the circle. Scored the first run for Texas East, but had an awkward slide into home plate. She stayed in the game, was removed from the pitcher's role, went to shortstop, and just had a big blast to center field. Sanchez was all the way at the plate. Fortunately, that slash attempt was pulled back. That could have been scary.
Seeing some trickery here. Wouldn't be surprised, again, with the aggressive base running. If we see an offer, might see a base runner on the move.
Staying away from the barrel there.
Right now, Cantella trying to do everything she can to minimize the damage. Texas East, they have taken the lead. They're up 3-2, but the way that we have been seeing them swing, they've gotten runners on base every inning.
That is ripped left center field and down. Another run will score. Elle Collins to the plate, and it's 4-2. Texas East with the lead.
Texas East says, we are not done yet. Georgia New comes up big and hacking on a pitch that's left up in the zone. She says, thank you, and I will send that all the way out to the grass. Aggressive base running. Collins able to make it home all the way safely.
And how cool is that? Devin New, the manager, he's on first base. Jimmy Collins, one of his assistants, close friend, is on third base. That's Jimmy. Jimmy watched his daughter, Elle, moments ago with the 2-run shot. They made it 3-2, and there is Devin. He just watched one of his twin girls, Georgia, drive a ball to left field to add to that lead. He's also got another one of his twins coming up later in the lineup in Addie New. You just get the sense in talking to this coaching staff, with the size of Inez, it is such a close group of girls here in Waco. Bray Eagles pulling back the bunt. Steal attempt. Can we point out, by the way, Duarte is applying that tag with a glove on her right hand. That means that's a lefty over there playing shortstop.
And she has been making some dang good tags over there. Even that one should have been easily safe over at second. Just a quick tag, trying to get it in before the hand gets in.
So win for lefties everywhere.
Easy angle for any lefty to be able to make, but look how she comes behind the bag so quick.
It's a great slide by Georgia New, by the way. Nickname Tootie.
A name like Bray Eagles, I wouldn't even think that you would need a nickname.
No. That is ripped. Georgia New taking a look, making the turn, and will retreat back to third base. Bray Eagles takes second on the throw, and a hard hit single for Bray.
Bray Tootie Eagles driving it up the middle. Chitwood did a good job of crashing in hard, getting that ball in. We talked about Cannon earlier in the game.
Yeah.
There's a ball hit to the fence, and she almost threw out the runner running to second base. Same thing here. That runner rounding third says, no thank you. I'm going to go back to third.
Jimmy Collins remembered that throw on that play. Here's Kinsey Chambliss. She's got the sleeves rolled up. Surprised those are batting gloves and not work gloves. I mean, she's ready to go to work right here.
Finds herself in the 4 spot here after a really good appearance yesterday. Good swings.
Another ball that's ripped, and a tough play for Sage Gomez at second base. That scores Georgia New. Eagles to third base. And it took them a moment, but Industrial Little League is starting to open it up.
Well, this is why they moved her into that 4 spot. She was the only hit that we saw yesterday. Coming into this game, the goal was, can we stack our hot hitter in between our other 2 bats? So far, it has worked. Braylon Eagles got the hit. Chambliss got the hit. Now they're passing the bat along to Thomas.
4 straight knocks for Industrial Little League, starting with L. Collins, driving in 2 up the middle. And they have been hard hit balls. It has been barrels, nothing cheap here for Texas East. Last time up, Kirsten Thomas hit a ball right back to Quintella. She turned 2 on. And that hits the top of the plate, and with the first and third, gotta be careful.
Right now, Quintella, she's only looking for 1. 2 quick brown ball outs, but ever since, it feels like Texas East, they've said, oh no, we want to rally. We're not done yet this inning.
Kirsten Thomas, AKA KK. She used to be called Baby K, as she was the first born grandchild for both sets of grandparents. I guess that's the natural progression. You move out of Baby K to KK.
She earned her second K, just like she earned her second O. 00. Double Ks.
And it's now a family number. Her little sister and brother now wear 00 as well. Hayden and Bo. and into the glove of Lopez, but damage is done. Texas East entered trailing, and they put up a 4 spot in the 3rd inning with 4 straight knocks, turning the tide of this one. Texas East with the lead, 5-2.
Welcome to the Little League Softball World Series.
This is as big as the event has ever been.
12 strikeouts tonight.
Find the glove!
It is out of here!
The competition has definitely elevated. The best is yet to come.
Little League Softball World Series getting underway August 2nd. Catch it all on ESPN and ABC from Greenville, North Carolina. Long history from teams that have won the Southwest Regional going on to win it all. Midway, right here in Waco, has done it 4 times, the last in 2022. Green Country, we're talking about Goose, what she did for Oklahoma back in 2021. First pitch swinging here from New Mexico. And Juliani Sanchez pops it up. Al Collins takes care of it. She plays a nice shortstop as well.
First baseman number 4, Kinsley.
The range all over the field. Collins, she can run, she can hit, she can pitch, she can play defense. A lot of times you'll see your shortstop be one of the most athletic players on the field. Definitely showcasing that.
Trying to break up some of this momentum from Industrial Little League. New Mexico now with Kinsley Lopez at the plate. All-stars from Carlsbad Little League have 2 hits, both those coming in the 1st inning. Like Quintela and Gomez, who had that clutch hit with the bases loaded. She's due up next. Unfortunately, the summer of All-Star Softball will end for one of these teams here today.
Right now, if you're New Mexico, you're trailing Texas East, but you look back to the 1st inning where they were able to put a 2 spot up, able to hold that lead up until last inning. It happened so quickly.
Yeah.
The way that they score was pass a bat, swing early, pass a bat, swing early, pass a bat, swing early. They're struggling to get back on track, and Thomas, who has come in into relief, she has been perfect pretty much all the way through. 1 walk, but other than that, it has been the minimum. She gets her first strikeout on that outside corner.
Collins pitched the 1st. Thomas came in and placed for her in the 2nd. And a slight delay. See if Eddie Duarte is it's going to be a call to the bullpen. Got to get a catcher to warm up the pitcher. Now they're trying to figure out how to get to said bullpen. I just heard the ump say you got to go all the way around. Where do you go?
I think they're going to jump the fence.
Oh, they're just
Oh,
right there.
spin.
Okay. And here comes Duarte with the glove, with the helmet. She's the protector. First pitch swinging. Man, Sage Gomez has to be the most aggressive hitter here in Waco. And she's having a great run. But New Mexico needs some more runs as Texas East will go to the bottom of the fourth with a 5-2 lead. Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. A 5-2 lead for Texas East in the elimination game over New Mexico as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Little League is the most trusted youth sports organization in the world, keeping baseball and softball accessible for all kids, but its real power comes from you. Help us rally for Little League by texting RALLY to 345-345 today. Standard messaging rates apply. Mo Galindo here with Nicole Mendez, having a blast in the heat of Waco. Texas East from Industrial Little League, Inez, Texas. They're used to the heat, so feeling right at home here. You can say the same thing for the kids from Carlsbad. So, new pitcher, we're going to see Juliani Sanchez make her return to the circle. She was the pitcher yesterday. Duarte shifts over to third base, and Quintela goes to shortstop. This
How's
is
that for a little circle that's going round and around? You got your third baseman, your shortstop, your pitcher, all just kind of making a big circle.
Convenient that way, right?
Right, everyone take one big step up.
So Sanchez in the circle, her third appearance in the Little League Southwest Regional. This is a Carlsbad Little League squad that has been here 3 straight years. And she was on a team that started this run.
Big common denominator, and that experience plays a big role. I'm pretty sure that's why they're looking to her to help keep their team in the game. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. We only go 6 innings. So we're on that latter half of the game. You want to make the most of not just your at-bats, but the other team's at-bats. Can we hold them down and give our offense a chance to get back in it?
Must throw up some zeros. And for New Mexico, their lineup coming up, they're playing with 6 outs essentially to put together some runs, and they got the bottom half of the lineup due up. This is Olivia Garcia. the 6-hole hitter for Industrial Little League.
You're going to see a bit of a different look here from Sanchez. She goes 54 to 55, so a little bit faster, but she also works her drop ball, her fastball, and her changeup. So everything from her is going to be on that bottom half of the zone, trying to get those hitters to roll into groundouts just like that. Just rolls foul.
Also a talented cross-country athlete. You heard the coaching point there from Devin New, trying to get her to stay through the ball.
Hardest thing to do with a drop ball pitcher is keep that body posture down, work on that extension.
Why is that? What's going on as a hitter?
As a hitter, if that ball is down on the ground and my barrel is up by my shoulder, that is a long way down to go to meet up and match that angle. One key that I always heard that helped me a lot, JT Gasso would say, if you've ever golfed before, think about it like that. Try to swing down. Oftentimes, whenever you tell yourself things as a hitter, you kind of have to trick your brain. So telling myself I was a golfer when I was facing drop ball hitters helped me out.
It's the whole feel versus real dynamic. That's a great point, that sometimes you have to trick your body into doing what it needs to do.
Right
3-2 from Sanchez to Garcia.
Sanchez has been battling with this 3-2 count, has been working that outer half. Love to see an off speed from her. Maybe a bit of a different look, but just going at this hitter. She's gonna pound the zone with strikes. They're making her work for it though.
9th pitch of the at-bat to Olivia Garcia. 6 hits in all for the All-Stars from Industrial Little League in Inez, Texas. Throws the bat out there, but Sanchez records the strikeout.
There is that changeup that she is so good at throwing. See Garcia, a little bit of a wave. Her body so far out in front. She tries to hold back, but can't. Gets the strikeout. That's the way that you want to start off this inning. This is the first time that we have seen that lead-off runner for Texas East not get on base. Doing her job as a relief pitcher.
Here's Addie New, her twin sister, Georgia, had a huge one-run single to make it 4-2 for Texas East an inning ago. 4-spot put up by the All-Stars from Industrial Little League, and New Mexico was so close to getting out of that jam. Addie New eventually wants to be softball coach for Texas A&M. That's a good gig.
It's a great gig.
No pun intended.
Somebody informed Trisha Ford, hey, your job's on the line in a couple of years here.
Hey, let's first get to high school, right?
That would be such a cool day. You get people who shadow doctors, you get people who shadow teachers, firefighters. I would love to shadow Trisha Ford for, hey, I want to be a college coach one day. What does it look like?
Well, probably a lot different than 20 years ago.
A lot different with NIL, with the transfer portal, with the way that the softball stadium at Texas A&M looks compared to 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It has been really cool to see just the growth of the sport of softball, the investment, not just in the college stadiums, but this field that we're playing at.
Sanchez collects it, throws to first. I do think that's something important, though, for kids to understand. I talk to my kids about this, especially my son. A job in sports is an attainable thing. There are many great jobs beyond playing the game professionally. Even if you're not a head coach, you can be a pitching coach, you can be a hitting coach, a strength coach. There's so many different things you can do across all sports. Find something you love and attack it.
Gotta shout out our stat guy here. If you love stats, if you love numbers, there's a space for you as well.
Attaboy Chop. Andy Choplin, widely considered not just the best stats man right now, but in my estimation, the greatest stats guy of all time.
The GOAT.
The GOAT. The GOAT. Doesn't even use AI. Here's Weinheimer, big cut for Kinsey.
She came up with a mission in mind. I'm gonna swing as hard as I can. And she had the right angle. She is thinking the right way. If I swing hard and I have that down to upswing, if I make contact, that ball, that launch angle, oh, it's gonna be pretty.
And from the big hack to show him bunt, got to keep him guessing.
Right now, Sanchez just doing a good job. 2 batters face, 2 quick outs. That is something that New Mexico has been wanting last few innings.
Up the middle, Quintela makes a play. And that will end the bottom of the 4th. To the 5th we go. New Mexico running out of time, down by 3. New Mexico is able to take an early lead. Sage Gomez, 10 years old, the youngest player here in Waco. 2 outs, bases loaded, down 0-2, and the reason for the smile, she got the knock. It was a 2-run inning for Carlsbad Little League. However, a huge 4 spot in the 3rd for Industrial Little League out of Inez, Texas.
It has been each of these teams 1 inning apiece that has done the damage and has the result, the scores that we've seen, just aggressive hitting. For New Mexico, they have been swinging early on in their counts, been trying to get something happen ever since that burst. Haven't been able to make headway. In fact, it's been very quick and very brief innings.
And to think, those 4 runs put up in the 3rd inning, those all came with 2 outs. Now, they were close to breaking through, but had a couple ground balls to Sanchez over at 3rd base and looking for 1 more, couldn't get it. So we now go to the top of the 5th inning. We play 6 innings in Little League softball, so time to start counting down those outs for Carlsbad Little League. On a gorgeous day, hot day here in Waco.
Armor of the mind, being aggressive at the plate is good until it happens too rapidly. In the 2nd, saw 7 pitches. In the 3rd, 16 pitches. And then in the 4th, 7 pitches.
So how do you balance that? Because if you're a hitter, you're looking for something you can drive. So what do you do if you get that pitch early in the count? knowing that they're going
That's a
through the
gamble.
lineup quickly.
That's the gamble that you may want to take is, hey, I'm going to be patient. I'm not going to swing at anything until I get my first strike. Once I get my first strike, everything is fair game. And that's where, as a hitter, you go, man, I don't need 5 pitches. I don't even really need 3. I only get a hit on 1 pitch. So if I give up one of those strikes, that's all right. I still got 2 more to get that 1 swing, to get that 1 hit.
How comfortable do you have to be with a 2-strike approach if you're going to live with that type of mentality?
I think whenever you get into a 2-strike approach, a hitter is all about the mentality.
Second pitch. There's an out. Because you still have, like you said, 2 strikes to work with, but you are getting later into the count with that type of approach.
Right, you're forcing that pitcher to throw more pitches. You're getting to see more of those pitches as well, which is always an advantage. One thing Thomas has done well is identifying, hey, this team, they're very aggressive. They're swinging early. Let me throw it maybe a little out of the zone. That pitch gets a swing and miss on that first pitch, but that's high and a little bit out of the zone. If they're gonna swing, let me do that more often. Let me see how far out I can go before they don't swing.
And that is up and over Bray Eagles for a single to left field, and the first hit off Kirsten Thomas. And here we go. Some life for New Mexico. Jewel Quintela, the hitter now with Abeta on first. 1 out.
Well, if anything, Jewel taking the patient approach, takes that first pitch. 2 batters back to back. Not looking to swing.
Quintela fouls it back.
This is where, if you're New Mexico, your energy may be a little bit lower. You have to find a way through the heat, through the noise, through the run deficit, to find a way to get loud, to find that energy. Because you bring that energy, you bring that focus. And focus right now is everything in these at-bats.
Jewel also a younger player, 11 years old. So along with Sage Gomez, the youngest players on this Carlsbad All-Star team. One, two. Fantastic discipline, doesn't chase, elevated.
I feel like Thomas has gotten a lot of those high elevated fastballs to be swung at. Jewel just being patient.
Goes back there, and it's a full count. Trying to get the tying run to the plate is New Mexico. This is the bottom part of the order. Quintela hitting in the 9 spot. And that is strike 3. Second strikeout for Kirsten Thomas since entering the game, and the second.
I love the different styles of pitchers that we've seen. Some are the strikeouts. It's Thomas, she's able to get it on that outside corner after going high the last few pitches. She goes down. Some, they pitch to contact. And then like Thomas, you get a little bit of both. You're gonna get your strikeouts here and there, but you're also gonna get pitching to contact, easy ground balls for your defense to work.
Here's Kirsten Franco, tough as nails. She broke her wrist very early in summer ball play after the All-Star team formed. Missed the entire state tournament. She was only cleared to return to playing on Wednesday. It's Sunday, and here she is trying to keep the season alive. And we're gonna have the courtesy runner as Quintela will run for Abeta, the catcher. That's Jewel Quintela, the last recorded out. And that was her dad, Josh, over there coaching first base. 1-0 to Kirsten Franco. Her head coach, Eddie Duarte, says that Kirsten is as sweet as can be.
Just such a good kid, quality player that you want on your team.
That's a nice spot by Thomas.
Sure, it was a bit of a heartbreaker whenever you hear, oh man, broke your wrist? And then she comes back and she's like, yeah, but I'm cleared now and I'm ready to go.
That's awesome. Here's the 2-1.
Wearing a little bit of tape just to generate some support. You can see it on that front hand. Other than that, not a lot of restriction.
Trying to dig in deep here. Kirsten Thomas looking for the punch out. Franco not giving in.
One thing that we haven't talked about enough is the job that Thomas has been doing all game long, keeping this aggressive offense down to minimal hits, quick innings, especially in this heat. The easier it is for a pitcher to get in and out, the better. That's what she does, makes it easy on herself, gets the strikeout. Texas East, they lead 5-2.
Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. That was earlier. Avery Cox with her second bomb of the Southwest Regional. A great pitcher's duel with Cox going head-to-head with Harmony White. Tatum Frisbee drove in a couple with a hard hit ball to the left side. A 6-1 win for Oklahoma as they opened up their quest to go back-to-back Southwest Region championships and trips to Greenville, which is the ultimate payoff. Oklahoma did not play. Day number one, Louisiana is the one out of the 5 teams not playing here in day number 2. And getting close to a close to this second day. Texas East trying to get some insurance here with a 5-2 lead over New Mexico and the bottom of the 5th in this elimination game. Boa Galindo here with Nicole Mendez, former Boomer Sooner, national champ. Couple times. Zoe Gray one day wants to meet Tom Holland. She was asked why, and her response was, "It's Tom Holland," with exclamation marks.
Me too, Zoe Gray, me too. Waiting on that new Spider-Man to come out.
Oh, 1 to Gray. Sanchez back in the circle for the All-Stars from Carlsbad Little League.
Sanchez made quick work last inning. 1, 2, 3. She knows how to be efficient. Works down in the zone. Will also throw her changeup That was a pitch she got her first strikeout on with her first batter she faced.
Swing and a miss, and Sanchez with the strikeout, her second since entering the game.
Don't want to say history repeats itself, but Sanchez is 2 for 2 with striking out the leadoff. Texas East, before her coming in, they were able to get the leadoff runner on every single time. Last inning, it was a quick 1-2-3.
Chelsea Krutzer stands in. Had a great conversation about raising pigs with their last at bat, as Krutzer does, showing pigs at FFA. Her uncle is Clint Weinheimer, one of the assistant coaches. I told you earlier, but it really does feel like this team is one big family out of Industrial Little League. That's chopped in play. Will it roll foul? Duarte was thinking about letting it go, but ends up as an infield single for Krutzer. Here's Carly Black, from pigs to sheep, as Black shows sheep year-round for the Texas Majors. She says that showing sheep should be considered a sport and is very competitive. Carly also judges livestock herself and partakes in archery. Favorite celebrity, Glenn Powell. Some Texas flair.
Not too far, not too far.
And there for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Well, you talked about how tight-knit this team is. Not only have they been playing together for years, they've watched their sisters play on this team, get to represent Little League in a big way, get to represent their city in a big way. But also, they are, a lot of them, familiar with one another since birth.
Yeah.
A couple of cousins on the team, cousins in the town. Whenever you have a town that has less than 3,000 people,
you know everybody.
You know everybody.
Yeah.
And it comes out in support. Got custom-made T-shirts made for everybody on the team. I mean, come on, that is awesome.
In play, off the glove of Sanchez, recovers in time to make the out. And it's 2 down. The coach was saying that 8 of these girls have played together since they were in T-ball. That's wild. That's tiny,
so
tiny.
Awesome. And that is the pipeline that Little League hopes to grow. Is you get started early, you're playing in the league, and eventually you get to a point where you're so familiar with one another, you're so comfortable with one another that whoever gets selected to the All-Star team, y'all have been around each other for so long. It's just seamless.
Also want to give a shout out to Jadesy Garcia from New Mexico. She left yesterday's game early, heat-related illness, not able to finish that game, not able to play in this game. So hope that she is doing okay. And her teammates are putting on one heck of a show and fight without her, but we would all love to see Jadesy back on the field. So congratulations to her for her All-Star selection and making it to this point. And Carlsbad has put together a program that is a regular occurrence now for the All-Stars from Carlsbad Little League to make it here to Waco. Izzy Marquez is the batter.
Got a 3-0 count, being patient, and a runner in scoring position on second, that golden bag.
Ball is away on 3-0, and it allows the runner to move up from second to third. So Krutzer now 60 feet away from some insurance. Top of the lineup, Elle Collins. And Elle is gripping and ripping. She has 2 hard hit balls, a 2-run single, double to the warning track as well. Locked in.
Takes that first pitch for a strike, but Elle Collins is the ultimate 5-tool player, right? She can play defense, she can hit, she can pitch, she has that IQ, she has the smarts. She's not just gonna go out there and just do whatever. She knows what's going on. She's reading the game. It's been so fun to watch her not only be able to thrive offensively, but just work her way around.
That ball is hit hard. Quintela not in time. Infield single for Collins. Kretzner scores. There's insurance. And it's 6-2 Texas East.
There it is. She knows this one is a slow roller up the middle. Excuse me, over towards that 5-6 hole. So with that, she is sprinting as hard as she can. You see her go all the way through that bag. She is not slowing down because she knows if I am safe over here at first, that runner at third is going to score, and that gives us 1 more run to put across the board.
8 hits today by Texas East. The most by any team through what is almost 4 games here in Waco. And we have a challenge situation with that bang-bang play at first base. If you've got the challenges, you have 2 unsuccessful per game, why not continue to use them? Eddie Duarte used one earlier in this game. And it was a successful challenge on a throw down to second base.
So with these challenges, you have to have enough evidence to go, oh, this is the opposite of whatever was called on the field, to be able to overturn it. Right now, looking to overturn it, call that into an out instead of safe. So you have to have, without any doubt, that that ball got in the glove before the foot was on the base. It's pretty bang bang.
That's it really is down to a frame, because that frame right there, if you're saying that she has made the catch, I don't know, the foot's down and that's an out. But if you go one more frame where it looks like she certainly has
The glove
secured,
closes in on the ball.
yes, her foot is certainly on the bag in that one frame.
But I think at the end of the day, it's not just, okay, is a glove closed in, but do you have possession? You may have the ball in the pocket of the glove. Maybe that glove hasn't completely closed in. So that was great camera work by a crew being able to get that. I think maybe an out.
It's a definitely maybe.
Definitely a maybe.
And here's the call. Successful challenge. The call is overturned, and Eddie Duarte is 2 for 2 in those challenges, and Elle Collins doesn't have that third knock of the game. 3 outs remaining for New Mexico. It's rally time as we go to the 6th. Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. With Nicole Mendez, I'm Bo Galindo. We go to the top of the 6th inning, Little League Softball, 6-inning game. So it is rally time for the All-Stars from Carlsbad Little League here in the Southwest region for the 3rd straight year. Trying to snap a 3-game losing streak here in Waco, and 0-2 a season ago. Showing a lot of fight, a lot of heart. And Eddie Duarte and his team trying to get some runs across. They'll go 11 in the lineup. Lily Sandoval, then back to the top with Chitwood and Quintela. And that overturned call via the challenge is huge when you are now chasing 3 runs instead of 4.
Feels much more manageable. Last inning, New Mexico, they found themselves almost having that tying run at the plate. Something that they have not managed to do since the first, though, is convert those base runners into runs. They're down to their final 3 to make that happen.
Lily Sandoval down 0-1, grounded out to shortstop her first time up. Did she go? Did not see the call. To right field. And the throw from right field.
Great defensive play, being able to get this leadoff out. And a big-time celebration. Defense is a huge part of this game and why Texas East is able to get in and out of these innings so quickly. It's not because New Mexico hasn't been putting the ball into play. It's because the defense has stepped up huge for Texas East.
So Olivia Garcia made that throw from right field. Temporarily lost some power, so lost that camera. Didn't get to show it to you, but we can tell you she put that on a line with that throw from right field. That is a statement play. Here's Araya Chitwood. Weinheimer takes care of it. 1 out away. Industrial trying to stay alive. Winner of this game faces Texas West tomorrow in another elimination game. Industrial looking for that rematch.
Texas East versus Texas West. Want to get a little bit of revenge. First, they just need 1 more.
Lauren Quintela is the batter. First pitch swinging, no man's land. The throw is not in time for L. Collins, and Quintela aboard with the infield knock.
She's gotten on base every single time she has come up. She has been kind of a thorn in the side of Texas East. They cannot figure her out, how to hit her first at bat, walked, and then now again getting on base.
Hanley Duarte, coach's daughter. Sweet lefty swing. First pitch, popped up, trouble. Dropped in center field after the collision. And everybody will stay put, and this will bring the tying run to the plate with 2 outs.
One key thing to note, Quintela, she's standing on third. Whenever that ball was up, she wasn't stopping at second base. She's running hard, she's running to advance, so she finds herself just 60 feet away. Mexico making it hard on Texas East to put away this game.
Ohualani Sanchez, her 3rd trip to the Southwest Regional. Looks at ball 1 from Kirsten Thomas, who has battled since entering the game, a pitcher for L. Collins at the beginning of the 2nd inning. New Mexico jumped out to an early 2-0 lead. Lost that lead in the bottom of the 3rd when Texas East scored 4 runs. Thomas has been dominant Not overpowering, but missing barrels. That's a barrel, but foul for Sanchez. However, New Mexico now getting some breaks to go their way, also getting their timing down.
And this is the heart of their lineup. This is where you want to be if you're New Mexico. Have a lot of big bats that have the potential to get some RBIs in.
Two-one to Sanchez. Not chasing. Kinsey Lopez is on deck. And then it's the youngest player in the regional, Sage Gomez. 3-1. Runners on the corner for Sanchez. In there for a strike, full count.
Right now, Thomas just trying to get these balls in the strike zone and do what she's done all game. Let her defense work for her. Couple of miscues earlier this inning, but at the end of the day, she has to trust them to get the job done. They have done such a good job all game long.
The veteran presence of Huilani Sanchez in the box. Doesn't want to see this dream run end quite yet. Tough, gritty group of girls coached by Eddie Duarte, a pride of Carlsbad, New Mexico. Hit well, it's down, New Mexico is still alive. Sanchez drives into extra bases. We ain't done yet.
Back from the brink of death, battling here in this at-bat. Sanchez is waiting for this inside pitch that she knows she can drive hard. She does such a good job of getting that barrel out in front. Doesn't try to overswing. A simple swing that leads to the deepest part of the field, and she scores 2 runs for her team.
Wow.
Talk about putting yourself within striking distance. She also finds herself standing on second base. If anybody is able to get a ball through the infield.
And with 2 outs, they can run for Sanchez, since she is the pitcher. And it's going to be Chitwood in to run, the fastest player on this New Mexico team. She's in to run because she is the last recorded out in this lineup for New Mexico.
You mentioned a lot of things had to go right for New Mexico this inning. From all of that, even down to Chitwood being the last out, your fastest runner now standing on second base. Potentially the tying run.
And how big is that overturned call now to end the last inning that took a run off the board for Texas East? Ooh. Kinsley Lopez sitting for something to smash, fouled it off.
These moments where the game feels the biggest.
Ooh. I think Chitwood, is she trying to draw a throw?
She's trying to be aggressive, and that one just too big of a lead. Saw her nodding at her coach, probably saying, hey, we have 2 outs. We cannot afford to be thrown out. Let's get a smaller lead, but be ready to go at a moment's notice.
Big swing for Lopez, and you do wonder, now being down 1-2, what can you try with Chitwood to maybe force a throw in some chaos? How aggressive do you want to be? Thomas trying to seal the deal. And she does. Industrial Little League out of Inez slams the door and survives to set up a rematch with Greater Helotes Little League representing Texas West tomorrow. But it was not without drama. Congratulations to the All-Stars from Carlsbad Little League in New Mexico for showing us tremendous fight. Sage Gomez, she will be back, only 10 years old, leading the handshake line, and came up with the clutch. That's what it's all about. Look at the smile on her face, Nicole. It's the experience. This is amazing.
This is amazing, and love to see them get this experience, get the opportunity to play on this stage, to play on TV in front of their friends, their family. And then also a huge congrats. A tough, hard-fought battle by Texas East. Industrial, they're getting a little bit of a second life. They're going to get to face Texas West and possibly a rematch, possibly some revenge.
I'm with you. And this is a group of girls that watched their older sisters perform here in 2023. Coaching staff hoped that that would lead to some experience. It was a hard-fought loss in game number 1 against Texas West, but nothing can replicate what it's like to actually get out there on the field, not watching your sister play, and do it for yourself. So I'm with you. This looks like a different squad, and it's going to be a heck of a matchup against Avery Cox and company tomorrow.
Can't wait for it. Well, here's a look at our bracket as it stands. Got Texas West, Texas East, Oklahoma, Louisiana. Looking forward to it tomorrow.
Yeah, the winner of that Oklahoma-Louisiana game goes to the regional championship. So they secure a spot there. It's going to be another elimination game for Texas West and Texas East. What a hard-fought game. Congratulations for New Mexico. Unfortunately, their run ends here.